Hey, so I'm just going to fill some space while we figure out what the hell we're doing. Thank you all, guys all for an amazing weekend. A super group of talented individuals from basically all around the world and a lot of different industries, a lot of different disciplines. And we all came together and not knowing each other beforehand and built some incredible stuff in a very short period of time. It's really amazing what you can do when you put your mind to it. So, right? Congratulations, everybody. So I've recently been getting into this whole Mars initiative. HP Mars Home Planet is a project we're doing with us, HP, NVIDIA, Technicolor, HTC, and anyway, it's all about having goals, having lofty goals. To this project, we're specifically ideating and building a virtual colony on Mars that we can all go and tour in VR and maybe meet up as a social VR sort of environment and hang out and see what it would be like to live on Mars together. But in hanging out with these various Martians, terrestrial Martians, guys that have been in the NASA program, Mars Society and whatnot, they're very driven by having lofty goals. And a great quote by Robert Zubrin, who actually heads up the Mars Society, he says, without goals, there is no progress. So even though some of our things we built this weekend may not be particularly useful or marketable, think about the skills you gained and the friends you made and the connections you made. I think we had 2 different startups form out of last year's efforts out of this. So having goals, you make progress as long as you put your heart into it, and I think everybody did that this weekend. So I don't know what the next step is, but I think we're going to start announcing some winners and prizes and things like that. All right. You got to find the guy with the purse strings, though. Not sure where he is. Paging Steve Patterson. Paging Steve Patterson.
So this is a stall, friend, so just keep chatting. Say hello to the person next to you, person that's to your left, the person to your right.
So I do have one more thing to say. Since I got a room full of VR and AR developers in here, if you guys are interested in getting involved in this project, it's like I say, it's called HP Mars Home Planet. Go to hp.com/go/Mars, and anyone can participate. There are 3 phases to the competition. The first phase of the competition is over October 15th, so coming up pretty soon. And the prizes awarded are pretty substantial, like workstations, gear, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 prizes. And the first phase is just ideation, so drawing out what you believe a colony would look like on Mars, what a house would look like on Mars, what the transportation system might look like on Mars, like probably a hyperloop or something like that. It doesn't matter. The sky's the limit, so to speak. So like I say, you go to that URL I mentioned, you can submit your drawings, and as long as they're digital. You could draw it on a chalkboard and submit it digitally, but that's the first phase. Second phase of the competition comes in with a similar prize set. I think it's about $50,000 worth of stuff we're giving away. And it's basically building 3D models from the drawings that have won the previous set. So if you have modelers, experience with Autodesk products, please submit them and contribute to building the actual colony. Now the third phase is we take the winners from the first phase and the second phase, the models, and Technicolor themselves take these and build out the actual colony. So we have 40 square kilometers mapped out on Mars in great detail. By the way, Technicolor is the guys that did Martian, the movie The Martian. So we think about the quality of that experience brought to you in VR that we can all enjoy. So we're going to take the models, put them there. They're gonna farm out the rendering. So the third phase will be sort of like task-based, kind of like if you worked on open source projects where we have like a task, render the oxygen farm the oxygen plant. Okay, I'll take that task, and come up with what a radiation storm looks like. Okay, I'll take that task. So we all sort of all contribute, and then there'll be awards based on the best contributors, the best rendering, the best textures. I don't know what all the categories are, but anyway, a series of prize sets all geared towards building this virtual community on Mars that we all can participate in moving forward. And then I want to have a fourth phase of this where we actually build social VR into it. I want to be able for us all to go to Mars and hang out just like now, and see what it's like. Okay, have we found Patterson yet? Jeez, you guys. Yeah, so please contribute. hp.com/go/Mars. All right. Cool. All right, so I gave a talk earlier today and made a couple of points about in trying to figure out what project you want to work on in VR or AR is to basically follow the money. Look who has a need that has money to pay for it, and quite frankly, typically identifying a project or a need that you feel could be filled is something that other people will want as well. So I have suffered from a particular problem, and so I saw this particular entrant, and I thought they could help me deal with public speaking. So the winner, the grand prize in VR, is Speakeasy.
I hinted at this earlier. Speakeasy got their Vive at 6 o'clock last night when we finally got enough in, and they got a lot of work done.
Thank you, everyone. So with Speakeasy, what we wanted to help you do is conquer your fears of public speaking. And what we do is provide real-time feedback while you're in the HTC Vive experience. You're in front of an audience. We actually captured the audience on the very first day after that keynote when the teams were trying to do the final team building in that status center room. We had the whole audience there. We got reactions of boos, laughter, all these things. And we provide real-time feedback on your vocal and physical performance. So the very first thing we wanted to tackle was the ums. I may have just said some ums. If I did more with Speakeasy, I would learn to get rid of those. And then we also track your rate of speech. So if you're speaking at a good pace, your projection, and then also your gestures. So the most popular TED Talks we found, they had twice as many gestures per minute as the least popular. So we track these gestures with a leap motion. So thank you so much.
I was just gesturing.
Oh. But that was the final complete section. And in terms of the stage here, we have Kathy, Travis, and Enkai, and my name is Paul. We all met here, so it was really a great experience for us. So thank you so much to everyone.
I think you guys should continue. I think it's a good startup.
We have